hello YouTube, this is Greg. Thanks for stopping by. It occurs to me that there are a couple of circles that draw me out into the woods throughout the course of my life, starting with the Boy Scouts and through hiking with my grandpa when I was a little guy. Later on in my college and career years, following the surf around the world and climbing mountains on 6 of 7 different continents frequently took me out in the woods. And in more recent years, the Florida Wing Civil Air Patrol and ground team operations for search and rescue has taken me back out into the woods, though not represented well in my bushcrafty initial postings as a newbie to YouTube. One of my favorite places to go out in the woods is just doing long walks on long trails. When I started as a boy, my first through hike of the Appalachian Trail was with a wooden framed leather backpack, waxed canvas, Scout tents and tarps, metal stakes, Scout sleeping bag. The base weight before fuel, water, and food was nearly 30 pounds. I can't imagine doing that at 50-something in the modern age. And so recently I have updated some of my equipment, and I'm not an ultralight hiker, but at 50-something, I'm a delicate flower. I'm too old to be carrying a bunch of heavy stuff around. So what I have for my hiking gear these days is, well, let's just start with the big ones. This is the Z-Pack Art Blast 60 liter, recent acquisition. It weighs a little over a pound. Over here is a Hennessy Expedition ultralight that weighs 1.5 pounds, and an Eno 750 fill down top quilt that weighs, again, a little over a pound. And the Hennessy bag has all of the straps, carabiners, everything I need to hook it up. And for summertime, including a bug net, the whole thing weighs a little under 2 pounds. That replaces a tent, a ground pad, serves as my sleeping bag. So for the big 3, at about 3 pounds, and my backpack at a little over 1. Let's just round that to 4.5. Next, for my kitchen and water, I have a 2-liter platypus bag with a homemade Sawyer gravity filter that can either attach straight to my bottles, or if I had a hydration rig inside the pack, which I don't, it could go straight into that. The entire water filter system and the bottles weigh about 1 pound. My Duelist cook pot with titanium spoon and pocket rocket stove weigh about another 1.5 pounds with a lighter. For my rain gear, man, if anybody has ever been successful finding a rain jacket that actually breathes and keeps you dry and you can hike in for an hour and not sweat like a pig, I'd like to know what it is. This is a Sea to Summit Silnai poncho tarp that will completely cover the backpack and me. You can snip it shut between your legs so it doesn't blow around in the wind. Recently, up at Klingman's Dome, in 40-mile-an-hour winds and driving rain, wow, I was pretty dry with the thing. For my clothes, I really don't take a whole lot. I have some ex officio compression boxers that have whatever their nanotechnology is that inhibits microbial growth and keeps you fresh, and I usually travel with 3 pairs of them, and I wear them, turn them inside out, wash them, hang them on the back of the pack, change them, and 3 pairs do me easily for a week. These are some Columbia Zip lightweight pants and a Columbia wicking t-shirt and darn tough socks. I have the pair that I wear, socks that I rotate in and out. I'll have 3 pairs of these socks. And then this other pair is my town clothes. For sleeping, I have another pair of Columbia shorts and another Columbia t-shirt. All of the clothes together I think weigh 3.5 pounds. I'm still sorting out what to do with shoes. I wear an 8.5 4E, so I have to go a little longer to have enough abundance in the toe box. I like these Merrell, I think they're marketed as water shoes. They have really nice support underneath. They get wet pretty quick, but they dry pretty quick too, and they weigh about 1 pound. let's see, for this yellow thing, this is my clothes bag with another fleece. Well, it's not a fleece. It's a Patagonia Capilene 4 quarter zip hoodie. That's one of my favorite things. And a wind shell by the North Face inside. I have in the past used this for my pillow. I'll be replacing it with a Z-Pack stuff pack that has a layer of fleece sewn to the outside that's a little lighter than this. For my hygiene and first aid, the first aid bag is the one on the bottom. It has some Benadryl, some ibuprofen, a couple of Band-Aids, some Moleskin, Carmex, and a knife, a little Victorinox, a Swiss Army knife with just a small blade and a pair of scissors and tweezers. For hygiene, I have this other bag with a toothbrush, toothpaste, Gold Bond powder. I have a miniature, I think Arm & Hammer makes it, but it's unscented and it is deodorant and not antiperspirant. And then I have these from the hunting section of our local outfitter. These are unscented wash towels. And the last section we did of the Appalachian Trail from Harper's Ferry, actually Damascus up to Harper's Ferry, I don't know how to say it. Do you ever run into through hikers that seem to think it's a badge of honor to come into town for a resupply smelling like an open sewer? My typical deal, and I may have 3 of these packs of unscented towels and just go through them, but at the end of my hiking day, I'll snatch one of them out and rub underneath the arms of my shirt, turn it inside out, do the same thing again, rub me. Ultimately, if I need another one, I'll get all the bits and bobs and get myself clean before I change into my camp clothes to sleep in for the night. And I'll do that every day. If I happen to find a good water source, I'll get a pot full of it, heat it up, dilute it, and wash myself off the trail with it and get clean. There's no reason in the world to show up in town smelling like a sewer, and there's no reason to offend any of your campmates by smelling that way either. For my electronics, I have my iPhone 6 that I'll be taking pictures with, the charge cable for it, this Mophie that will charge my iPhone 4 or 5 times, a Bluetooth microphone and my spot device, and this stick pick. The entire weight of all of this stuff together, and my hiking poles, which are Eastman carbon fiber clips. Everything that is in front and here comes to a total of 12.5 pounds. Thinking another 12 pounds for food, water, and my canister for my pocket rocket stove, and that should get me right at under 25. And at 50 something, I just wind up feeling a whole lot better at the end of a 10-12 mile day, which is about as much as I'm good for in these days at close to 60. I just feel better when I'm not carrying a bunch of weight. I have dispensed with my quarter top Morel hiking boots, gotten rid of everything I own that claims to be waterproof and made out of Gore-Tex, and this is all the stuff that I carry with me. Oh, this bottle down here. I do have some hiking gloves to keep the sun off, and this little jar of permethrin here with a spray top. I don't use bug spray. Before I go, I spray everything I own: socks, shirts, pants, hat, tarp. Let's see. Oh, it's not shown here. I do also have an 8x10 Cuban fiber tarp that will be the top cap over my hammock and underquilt. But back to the permethrin. I'll just spray everything I own with this stuff, and mosquitoes mostly stay away. I haven't had a problem with bugs, even doing sections with just a sleeping pad, top quilt, ground cloth, and tarp. Stuff's really good, kills ticks. Wear gloves when you use it. Don't get it on your skin when it's wet. It's perfectly fine when it's dry. For my next one, what I will probably do is put out, say, 4 or 5 days worth of food and show you what that looks like for me. Okay, thanks for stopping by.